I want to talk a little bit about AVAX and why I believe it's underrated. And actually, when you should look at buying at some sort of price point stuff. So if you had AVAX on your watch list, and I might actually just refresh this, right? Might refresh this real quick. $83. Okay, there you go. It's gone up. If you had this on your watch list, you would have noticed that it didn't really dip. And I know this because I was waiting on a dip. I was waiting to buy more of this. And if this feels like deja vu, Ahmed, because I've said this on the show before, you're not wrong. I have said that before. This is the second time or third time where the entire market has moved down and AVAX has moved down. It's gone up maybe 2%. Or gone down 0.5% or 0%. And this time, this bugger has done this. Now, last time this happened, this thing went straight to $150. I'm not saying it's going to happen now again, but now that the market's, in the last couple of hours since recording, the market's bounced a little bit. Don't be surprised if that happens again, right? So before I kind of get into the entry points of AVAX, because you guys know I like to talk about entry points and when's a good time to buy on the trend line, that type of thing. This coin really is the Swiss Army knife of layer ones right now. And I've always been a fan. I've spoken about this before, and some of you guys have even commented on YouTube that they took our advice and then did their own research and bought AVAX and made some money. But I want to talk a little bit about why I call it like the Swiss Army of cryptos right now. Now, in terms of how AVAX works, and you can still see my screen, Ahmed?
Yeah,
you see my screen. So in terms of how it works, it has three main chains, right? So it's got the one chain. It's called the platform chain. And that allows you to, let me start with the C chain actually, because that's kind of the most popular one. That's the EVM chain, right? The C chain, and allows you to create Ethereum smart contracts, ERC20 tokens, that type of thing. So huge tick about interoperability, and we've spoken about that before on this show. Then you've got the P chain, which allows you to create subnets and other chains, other custom chains. So it's similar to Cosmos, what Cosmos does, but it does it in a different way. And unlike Cosmos, it does have a fixed token supply, I believe. And then you have the X chain. Their X chain is kind of like their Western Union chain. Now, Western Union is an old piece of data technology. I'm not trying to compare it, but it's like their Western Union. It allows you to transfer assets super fast, super cheap, and that's all it's designed to do. And it can even do things like, things that obviously we don't condone, but even create derivatives of smart assets and that type of thing. So these guys, they've kept it separate. Unlike Ethereum, where you do everything on that one road, AVAX has created three separate highways. So in Ethereum, you are building a smart contract, you're sending value, you're doing NFTs, you're doing everything on this very, very road that gets quite busy. And AVAX is sort of keeping it, clean like that. Now, before I quickly jump off, I want to quickly talk about, pricing points, because this thing hasn't moved a lot. It really, really hasn't. Now, I tweeted something, if I go back on the 4-hour chart, I tweeted something a couple of days ago, and this did play out, and you can go check my tweet if you want. We had a bearish divergence. So what that is when you have a higher high, and then you have a lower low on the RSI. So that there is the bearish divergence. And it came down. Now, the level I'm actually looking for is the Bismillah, the 786 level, which is around 7. It's a Fibonacci level, which is $71.35. So, but if I do something else, if I actually turn on the linear regression band, right? So the linear regression band, I've spoken about this in the past. Let me get rid of this for a second. You can see here, we're still in that top band. We're still really, really quite bullish. Now, we broke out of this ascending a triangle, which is bullish. We broke well out of that. We didn't even bounce off of that, which I was waiting on for that. That didn't happen. So right now, funnily enough, this line here and the 786 model, there's a sort of point of confluence here where you're looking at about $70 to $71. Again, not financial advice. So it's one of those things. Honestly, I think this thing could go higher. If we do sort of break through, we broke through the 65%. Actually, forget that one. It's the 62% level. We bounced off of it. We broke back down. It's an opportunity. But if this thing goes, it's going to go to $100, $110. And I can't really sort of see it stopping. Not financial advice.